back for part two of the weekend morning show. You were great with the beautiful Miss Kalisa Brown this morning alongside my co-host right here on the BYOB weekend show, you guys. And what we want you to do right now is to do us a special favor. Go ahead on, hit that share button. Go ahead on, invite some people out, because I'm going to give you some valuable information for day 5 of the Summertime Fine series that we're doing right here on the Build Your Online Business show. And so I'm going to pass it off to my co-host to introduce themselves, and also you as well, Miss Kalisa. And so once everybody is done, and then I'm going to go straight into our presentation for this morning. And yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's start off with Miss K. Sean.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to get summertime fine because I done dropped about 60 pounds, and this is right on time for me. My name is Kayshawn Brooks. I am the owner of Renew You Body Butters. I make luxury organic skincare products and teach on holistic health. I'm all about renewing your skin, renewing your life.
Amen.
All right, Miss Rose.
Hey. We are back for what? Part 2. Because we are going to get summertime fine. I am Rose Fauntleroy, and I am your virtual time genie. And I lead other time genies in helping entrepreneurs and retired folks to find that time to share their experience to help businesses to reclaim their time. And you know what? Part of reclaiming your time is to get what? Summertime fine. And I'm going to tell you what. I've been sheltering in place as we all have. So I'm ready to bust loose and escape. And the beach is going to be my first step. My first step and stop. I got summertime fine when I hit the sand, y'all. What you say, Miss Vicky? What you think?
I'm just so tickled because, you and your rhyme, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to come up with something so I can, that rhymes with summertime fine.
Right.
I am Vicky Kirk May, and I am just so super excited about this segment, Summertime Fine. To me, it just says so much about what I do and how I show up to help educators to live their very best life. And I often tell them that healthiness is more than just releasing the weight. We think if we lose the pounds that we're healthy, and that's not always necessarily so. Or if we're thin, we're healthy. That's not all the time correct. And with this pandemic, I was determined to be summertime fine in the real sense of the word fine, and I mean, like for real. And so right. I'm just excited to get some of these golden nuggets that I know I'm about to be exposed to over these next few minutes. And so if you are an educator out there, I need you to listen up, because this is going to change your entire life. We have a lot going on. And so, as educators, it's time for us to be about self-care and self-awareness. And so sit back, take some notes, get your coffee. I think we're about to be school teachers. We're about to be school.
Well said. I got to keep up with Miss Rose Fauntleroy over here. Now, let me just say this. I am Dr. Cynthia R. Armstead, and I am known as the Debt Reset Doctor, and the doctor who helps you with the bounce back. When life happens, if it gives us lemons, we just make lemonades and go and lay in the sun and look good, okay, sipping on some lemonade. So what I will say right now, if springtime has had you on a decline, you come to the right place with Miss Dion Murphy to get summertime fine. But first, it starts in the mind. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it right on over to the wonderful, the beautiful, the already fine. See, it's about copying the right cat. We said that over here before.
Right.
So,
All
just
right.
trying to get summertime fine, but Miss Dion stays fine. Let me just say that all the time. Okay, okay. She ain't got to get ready because she stays ready.
Stays
So,
ready.
come on, because we got to learn from the best of the
Oh,
best.
y'all got me. My
Amen.
mouth hurts because I'm over here smiling like, who is that?
Tell the truth. Ain't that? Come on, Dion.
So much. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Thank you, Dr. Cynthia, for that amazing door opening and me walking right on in there. So, you all, we're gonna get straight into it, and you'll learn who I am, throughout this presentation that I'm gonna have for you. So I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna get right to it. And look, if you all have any questions, feel free to jot them down in the chat, put them down there, because I want to answer them for you. And so let me know when you all can see my screen. I'm monitoring over here on another device, so I want to make sure that you all can see my shared screen.
Yes.
Okay, it's popped up there. Okay, let me go to full broadcast. So I hope that everybody has, had something and put something in their tummy this morning. I know we gave you some mental food earlier, but we want you to have something in your mind, your body, and your soul. So summertime fine, you guys. And so I have mind, body, and soul. And it's so important that you look at the total body, the total package, because that's what makes you who you are. And this week we went through, I'm gonna give you a quick recap. We talked about the mind, being fine in your mind. I mean, Miss Vicky, you were doing it. You were over here in my lane, over here bowling in the alley. So that was awesome, right on time. And you definitely have to have your mind set. You definitely have to have your mind reset sometimes in order to get the results that you want in your mind, in your body, and in your soul, So we went through all of those. I gave you keys and all of that good stuff. So if you want to catch up on that, just go back and rewatch the shows that we did for the BYOB Live After Dark. Then the second day, we talked about the body, but we didn't talk about the body as far as you working out, because it's more than just that, you guys, because you can work out every day, all day, whatever you want to do, and not see an ounce of progress, because it's more than that goes into you being fine. Okay. All right. So we talked about how to measure your progress so you won't get thrown off your path. Don't always go by that scale. You go by how you feel in your body. You go by the measurements, how your clothes fit you. You go by how your skin looks, how your attitude has changed. All of those different things are a part of the body. And then we went into the soul. We went into the soul so that you will know that this is a living thing, because your body is just the residence. It's just a house. It's just a shell. But your soul is the thing that's living on the inside, and you must feed that the proper nutrition as well. So we broke that down. And so yesterday we did the total body, and we went through all of what we talked about during the week. And I had my co-host weigh in on how those things pertain to their professional areas, that their expertise that they deliver to us, and they just knocked it out of the park, you guys. And here we are on this morning. I'm talking to you about what's on the takeout menu. All right, when we think about eating and getting fit, and you think that you can't go out to eat, or you need to cut that out, and I'm going to show you something this evening in the masterclass that you can have flexible eating in your plan, and also reach your goals with your mind, your body, and your soul. So let's get right into it. What's on the takeout menu? What's on the takeout menu? First of all, who am I? I am Dion Murphy, and I am a mother, a fitness enthusiast, traveler. I love to travel. Before, all of that was brought to a halt due to what we have going on right now. Owner and founder of Her Virtual Gym, and that's where I help busy women fit quick workouts and healthy habits into their busy daily schedules, as well as health and wellness professionals. I consult them and teach them how to take their businesses online and create their own studio, their own virtual studio, virtual gym, so that they won't see a drop in their revenue or their income. And I'm also a health coach. So before I move on, you have an opportunity to get your health coach certification amongst 12 other certifications. So if you will go ahead on and register at bit.ly/freewomen2020, you will get a chance to be interviewed. Okay, you definitely have to apply, but you need to register first so that you will be sent over the pertinent information in order that you will have your opportunity to be interviewed. So go ahead on over there. We have tons of certifications, and one being that health coaching certification. All right. What's on your takeout menu? Okay. First, before we get into that, I want to show you some examples of some takeout menus that's out there. As you will see some beach photos throughout this, because I absolutely love the beach. It's good to my soul. I just love the beach. So this is the summertime fine theme, okay? So, but in front of you, you see different takeout menus. You see one where you see pizza. You have one for your soul food. Then you have one where you could get burgers. You could get these dynamic breakfast options and things like that. But these are the takeout menus when you think of it in its literal sense, as far as you eating, as far as you looking at what it is that you want to feed your body, okay? And you're feeding your body physically with that. But we want to talk about feeding the mind, the body as well, and then also the soul. Not the soul food, but the soul food, okay? So here, first thing that you must do is guard your mind. You guys, you have to guard your mind. And I'm going to have, once I'm done with this, I'm going to have my co-hosts weigh in on these things as well. But you have to guard your mind. That means monitor your thoughts. Thoughts become things. As a man thinketh, so is he. You guys, and those things are so true. Have you ever thought about something that has happened or something that you experienced, and then you look back and be like, oh my God, I just said that the other day. Oh my God, I just said that a few minutes ago. You know, thoughts become things. And when you think about something and then you speak those things can appear in the natural form. Okay, so what you must do on your takeout menu, you got to take out those negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. Okay, that's what needs to be on your takeout menu. Take out those negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. When you find yourself thinking of something negative, thinking of something that can send you or trigger you to go back into that anxious state, you know, where you have anxiety, that would trigger you to go back into that depression, you know, that you just came out of probably 2 weeks ago, and you got to monitor those thoughts and those triggers, you guys. So you have to make sure you take them out and replace them, but you got to catch them fast. You got to catch them fast, okay? And the way that you can soothe yourself, a way that you can kind of replace them once you take out those negative thoughts, you have to exercise your mind by reading. You have to read things, because whenever you read something and you take it in through your eyes and you process it right here in your mind, it becomes a part of you. That's why you have to be so cautious of what it is that you're reading. You know, I know we have so many things going on right now with the news, and it's always good to stay up to date so that you will know what's going on out there. But you can't watch and read too much of it, because it takes a hold of you. And let me tell you, it could change the way you're thinking. It could change the way you're feeling. It could change the way you are going about today's life, and affect it in a way that you're like, oh my goodness, how did I get here? It was because of that one little thing that you read, and you didn't even know that it had this trickle down effect. Okay? All right? So remember, you have to make sure you mind what you're reading, and you can sing. Let me tell you, singing is therapy for some people. All right? You have to practice those things. Discover a new hobby. Okay? You're taking out old hobbies, or you're taking out things that no longer satisfy you and replacing them with things that do. Discover a new hobby that requires you to think. All I want you to do is guard your mind. Guard your mind, all right? And take out those negative things and replace them with something positive that's going to allow you to live a better quality of life, all right? Second thing you must do, guard your energy. Pay attention to your intuition. Guard that energy. Pay attention to how you feel when you walk into a room, okay? I know we're not walking into many rooms nowadays because of coronavirus and things of the pandemic that they say that we're experiencing right now. But pay attention to how you feel whenever you talk to somebody on the phone. Pay attention to how you feel whenever when you wake up. When you wake up and you feel heavy, when you wake up when you first wake up and you feel confused, when you first wake up and you feel like, what is going on with me? You have to take inventory of what was the last thing that you thought about before you went to bed. What was the last thing? What were those burdens that you were carrying that day? Okay? Your intuition is trying to tell you something. It's telling you that, hey, I'm not well, so we need to take care of this. We need to take out what's making us feel this way. And I know sometimes it can be hard, and it takes practice. It's not going to happen like that. Okay? So you have to guard your energy. You have to guard that energy and be mindful of who you're talking to on the phone, who you're talking to when you go outside to get the newspaper or your mail, when you go to the grocery store all masked up, suited and booted. You got to make sure that you guard your energy, because you ever been around someone and you like, man, this just don't feel right. That's your intuition telling you, hey, pay attention. Pay attention. So you have to guard that energy, and then you have to take yourself out of those situations when you feel uncomfortable in that manner. Okay? All right? Thirdly, guard your actions. Monitor how you handle your own body. Monitor how you handle your body. What are some things that you're doing to your body? Are you not eating all day? Do you just eat some cheese and crackers once a day and you're done? How are you handling your body? How is that feeding your body? Okay? Don't neglect to give it what it needs. Okay? Take out some of the things that's really hurting you. If you know that you have hypertension, why are you over there frying them pork chops, eating that salt pork in your green? Take that out. Take it out. Change up some things, you guys. Change up some things. I know sometimes you're like, man, but I just really love that. But you got to work on it little by little. You got to take out. This should be on your takeout menu. Okay? Become more mobile throughout your day. I'm not saying you got to go spend all day, working out, doing hardcore exercises, because you know what? Different people require different actions and different regimens. All right, because a person who's going through menopause requires something different than a 20-year-old. A person that has PCOS requires something different than someone who's dealing with a thyroid problem. A person with diabetes requires a different way of working out and a different nutrition plan than somebody who's battling hypertension. Okay, so you have to give your body what it needs, and you have to become more mobile throughout your day to fight all those different things that I've just said. And that means even if you're watching the TV, you're watching a movie, you're taking some me time, you're watching a movie or whatever, kind of stand up, walk in place for about 20 minutes, and then you can be done. These small changes can help you reap great rewards. All right. Engage in things that you like, because those things make you feel good. All right? Engage in things that you like. Those things 9 times out of 10 will make you feel good. Learn something new. Learn something new. Learn a new way. Learn a new way of cooking a different meal. Learn a new way of talking, or learn a new way of, what do you call it? Not stitching. Yeah, stitching. That's what I'm trying to say, like knitting. Maybe you know how to do the hook and loop or the pearl, something. I know because I watched YouTube some years back and learned how to do it, okay? But you want to learn a new method of stitching or knitting or crocheting. Just learn something new that will get your body moving. Mind you, whenever you do those things and you move your wrist and your hands and stuff, it activates your mind too, okay? All of this plays a part and it goes together. But monitor your the way that you handle your body. Guard your actions, you guys. If you feel like going for a walk down to the mailbox, and you do that 10 times, don't let anybody discourage you from doing that. Be like, oh no, you don't need to go out there. It's too hot. This Houston. I know we in Houston, but it's too hot. You don't need to go down there. You know, but you tell them you might not need to do that, but I'm doing this for me because I'm trying something new. Because I'm trying to be summertime fine. And summertime fine don't always mean you got to be that. Give me 20 push-ups. Give me 30 jumper jacks. Squat these 250 pounds on your back. No. I'm giving you these keys. Walk to your mailbox. Get up. Walk in place while you're watching TV. When we go to our mentorship classes on Monday, you might just have to stand up and walk in place while we're in mentorship. I mean, just these little small things can help you reap great rewards, you guys, okay? So if you want to learn how you can be flexible with your eating and still hit your goals, no matter if you're battling any of those things that I was telling you about earlier, hypertension, diabetes, PCOS, menopause, even if you just had a baby, all of those different types of things, I'm going to show you today at 7 p.m. I'm going to show you today just how you can be able to do that. You can accomplish those goals so that you can be summertime fine. So that's all I have for my presentation this morning. And I'm going to come back in here with my beautiful co-host and just ask them to tell me one thing about, say, that I went over, say, for instance, guarding your mind, guarding your actions. Tell me how that pertains to your area of expertise, you know, because sometimes it might not be, because I'm in health. I'm a health coach. So yours might be like Rose, she's the genie, the Miss Genie, time genie. How does that apply to your area? Because I want people to see that it's just not about health. Okay, it's about you getting your business to the next level. Kayshawn, with your body products, tell me how that applies to you as well. Dr. Cynthia, with those, you know, people resetting and getting back in order. And Vicki, I want you to tell how it applies to you as well as you, Miss Kalisa, because hey, you're here with us. You the sister. You our sisters this morning, so you gonna come on in and help us out too. So just give me, you know, 1 or 2 examples, you guys. Let's start off with Miss Rose. How something that I said this morning applies to what you do.
Okay, Dion. Wow.
Oh,
First of all, congratulations on a great presentation.
Yeah.
It helped me in a number of ways because you touched on that diabetes piece, and that affects me personally. Now, how that applies to my business needs to be summertime fine, because when you are working with other people, and my business is I place virtual assistants with businesses. You have to be able to adapt your mindset to working with different personalities, and in your mental, your meal prep, your exercise. All of those things apply, especially in our business, because we are constantly sitting. We are constantly sitting in front of a computer. So when you said get up, walk in place, jog in place, change your scenery where you work, go outside on your patio, or go to a coffee shop whenever we can. When we get off punishment, we'll be able to do that when we come out of witness protection. Able to do that. But it's the being able to adapting your mindset to a different way of doing things, and to other people who may think and see things differently than you do. That's part of what the time genies incorporate.
It was
wow.
it was a great presentation, Dion. Great presentation. The whole while you were speaking, I'm thinking about educators, those educators that come to me stressed out, burnt out. You know, they cannot show up in the classroom 100% because they lack that self-care. They are so busy worried about, everybody else. And they don't take time to think about themselves. They don't take time to actually, it's almost like put the oxygen mask on me first so that I can help others. And so while you were talking, I'm thinking one thing that you said something about, it was the get up part, but you said something about if it's just 10 minutes, if it's just 15 minutes. I say that all the time. If you do not have 30 minutes or 40 minutes to, for self-care or for personal development, then okay, 5 minutes, but just don't do nothing, because you can't give it 45 or 50 minutes if you don't have a 5 minutes to take care of you, or if you think you don't have a 5 minutes to take care of you. Then I need you to ask God to bless that 5 minutes.
Yes.
And take that 5 minutes. And so you eliminated, for me, and for those who are watching, you eliminated the excuse that you don't have time to take care of yourself, that you don't have time to consider yourself. Because if it's 2 minutes, if it's 3 minutes, if it's instead of sitting down, I'm going to stand up. If it means that instead of stopping by the mailbox, while I'm driving up, I'm going to actually park the car and walk back to the mailbox and get the mail out. It's those simple things. That's what stood out to me, is that you were saying, let's not make this complicated.
Yeah.
It doesn't. As educators, I think sometimes we just want to make things complicated so that we don't do it. But you really eliminated the complexity of it all. It really is about taking action. It really is about, where's your mindset. It really is about, how are you using your energy, or what energy are you allowing into your space. And so, you just gave us our life back today.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's very humbling to hear, because I want people to know that they don't have to make it complicated. Just small changes, like I said, will reap great rewards if you just stay consistent. Stay consistent with it.
That's it.
Mm.
Yes, I agree so much. You spoke to me, Dion. You spoke to me and you validated a lot for me. And, we have some similarities, within our business. I'm, teaching and sharing others, my journey in holistic health healing. And with that, that's overall healing. You can't just pinpoint it, that's inward and outwardly. So, you know, if you got to get your body right, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your spirit right, your emotions. It's a total package. And, you validated for me that you don't have to do 100 hours, work out
Yep.
23 hours a day to have a huge difference,
Right.
impact in your life. I've been dealing with a back injury for 2 years. I'm still in the healing process, if it ever happens. But, I can't work out what people see as regular daily activities. I have to choose which one I'm going to do. It's not, you're not going to get everything the same mama, the same wife that I used to be. I can't help it. But instead of, being depressed and in a pity party, I got these doctors, you got to lose weight, you got to lose weight. And I'm all like, dude, I can't even lift 5 pounds or walk up the block. How am I supposed to lose weight? Because in my mind has been trained in what I used to do to lose weight, work out 3 4
Mm.
hours a day, starve myself, and I would drop all the weight. But now I didn't have any choice, but because I'm into holistic health and I'm healing myself from within, here I am 50 pounds later,
Woo!
down later, by doing exactly what you said. For me, activities of daily living is a challenge for me. So I said I had to, especially when this pandemic hit, it stopped all my therapy. And I
Mm.
had to do something to move on. So I said, me cooking, me cleaning, me taking care of myself and my family, that's going to be my exercise. As much as it hurt, but going up and down them stairs and standing up, washing them dishes, I made everything, if I'm bending down, I'm stretching. I made everything that
Yep.
I was doing multi-purpose. And doing that, I'm down 50 pounds. without,
Wow.
if I wouldn't believe, I would, you couldn't have told the old me that this could have happened, you
Right.
know, because, I used to be a dancer, a cheerleader. I'm used to rigorous workout, not just eating healthy and, just simple things, making sure you drink more water, more vegetables, more fruit, and realizing the weight or the unhealthiness of your body internally, whether if it's stress, mental, other health issues, you know, um, you have to notice that it's a problem and want to change. And when
Yeah.
you make small changes, you will notice those a difference. And I'm living proof.
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful. Yes. Thank you. Dr. Cynthia?
Great job, great job. I come from a background where I've been over 30 years in an industry that is dealing with financial deficit. And what I've come to learn over those 30 years is that the people that I've encountered, and sometimes it's even been myself, you come with the spirit of broke, because you may be financially broke, but there's also a spirit of brokenness. Okay. And that has to do with the mindset. And just from beginning to end, Dion, I just constantly, everything you heard, it kept taking me back to the mindset. And I thought about people that are free from prison when they've been wrongly accused, unjustly incarcerated. And someone will say, how did you survive all those years knowing that this really wasn't where you should be? And they said, because they imprisoned my body, but they couldn't imprison my mind. So it's a mindset. We have to make that decision, as we said over here first. The mindset, we have to deal with that because things can manifest. In order for something to manifest, two things has to happen. It has to first happen in the mind and then a thing. So there's a mindset and then there's an action that comes behind that. And so, like I said, I've just come to understand in my industry, people have been broke and broken. And there's a fix to that brokenness that one feels, but you got to make that decision. So that mindset and then get the movement behind the mindset. So now you got your mind all right and all ready and exercise and ready to go and got your mind in shape. Now you can get the body, the spirit, and everything else in shape. And so thank you, Dion. I'm having some technology difficulties, so I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple to the point. And I am going to turn it over to our beautiful guest this morning, Miss Kalisa.
Yeah.
How about you weigh in on this?
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. And Dion, I just want to commend you for showing up and showing out. What resonated with me that is near and dear to my heart is you have to be mindful and aware of your surroundings and your engagement with others. Because, see, negative energy is never destroyed, it's only transferred. And you have to be very mindful and aware of who and what you allow in your circle. And that's one of the things that I had to get real about in my life as I started to get real and heal. And one of the things that you must do if you're going to reach that is you cannot lie. And I had to quit lying to myself and understand that everyone can't go with me at every phase in my life. That,
Right.
there's a point where our work is done together. And it's not, and it never has to be a negative departure or ending. It's just a bit farewell and with love and kindness. And I have had to stop and get real with myself and end decade long. I mean, 30 years, 30 plus years relationships because we no longer complement one another. And I think when you identify what works and what no longer works for you, then you must be willing to change. And that brings about the new normalcy and peace that you need to go to the next phase. And thank you for your authentic, unapologetic straightforwardness, because that's what's needed for any and all of us to go forward. And I just love to see that. So congratulations, and I celebrate you on that.
Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Kalisa, and to everyone who shared what it means to them, it's in their area, of expertise and if they're in their life experience, you guys. So I just know you all have made the world a better place just by you showing up and opening your mouth this morning. Always think that. Always put that in your mind, because at one point I was at a place where I didn't think that I even mattered in or that, because I was dealing with something that I didn't even know like was mental health, but because of the way that we were taught. But now that I'm in a space that's like, okay, I have something to give the world. That's why I'm still here, that, and I'm going to utilize that. I've been able to free my mind from being bound, and all of that, you guys. And I have something to say. Kayshawn has something to say. Rose has something to say. Calissa has something to say, as well as Dr. Cynthia. And so we have to say and show up, you guys, in our own lives. And remember, we have to show up for ourselves first, because we can't help anyone else in our area of expertise if we are not whole ourselves. All right. So we're going to end it here. Be sure to register for the webinar, the masterclass this evening. That's going down at 7 o'clock. bit.ly/your body, your way. It's in the title of this broadcast as well. And then join us back here for the evening show tonight. I'm not sure what we have on the ticket, but on the menu. But just stay tuned, and y'all will see those things pop out. So thank y'all so much. Join us back here tomorrow morning as well. And we're gonna bid you all farewell for the day. Go out and make it a better place, and we'll talk to you all later.